The Los Angeles Rams schedule has been set for about a week now. We've had time to reflect on it, and I thought it'd be fun. Let's make a video ranking the Rams games from easiest to hardest in the 2024 season. So that's what this video is all about. I'm going to give a couple of things for context about how I'm kind of ranking here, and then I'm going to get right into it here. So there'll be timestamps below. Hello, Ramley and other NFL family. I'm Peo Time. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So on this scale here, let me just bring it up. I have the there's kind of two things I'm putting here. So there's going to be this line here, which is the opponent, if I think it's going to be an easier game for the Rams or a harder game for the Rams. I'm also going to gauge how confident I am here, represented by these logos here. So if I'm really confident that the Rams are going to beat a certain team, I'll put them up higher. If I'm not so confident, I'll put them low here. And so I just thought it'd be fun, do a little bit different, and I'll give my prediction to if I think the Rams are going to win the game. But fully acknowledge I am a biased Rams fan, and I'm proud of it. So let's get right into this here. I'll give my thoughts on each and every game. So, first game of the year, the Rams travel to Detroit to take on the Lions in a rematch of epic proportions. Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit after, he got some boos when he was there before, and I actually really like this Rams-Lions rivalry that's kind of been brewing from the trade. I'm going to put it near the man pushing the boulder, and I'm not super nervous. I wouldn't say I'm overly I'm going to put the Lions a solid there. Yeah, but maybe they're still a really hard game. I'll put them there. I'll put them there. That's kind of where I kind of have my confidence level, and I do think that is going to be a hard game, but I do like the Rams to win it. I do. All right, next up is our first matchup. The Rams go and they face on the road, opening with 2 road games here, the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals, I do think, are going to be an improved team. I think that especially on the offensive side of the ball with Kyler Murray coming back, I'm going to put it like, it's not, I don't think it's the easiest game on our schedule, but I'm going to put it here. I'm quite confident. I think the Rams get it done, and they get this game won. Yeah, I feel comfortable right there. Yep. All right. The San Francisco 49ers, the Rams' home opener of the year, our first matchup against the rivals. Ooh, the Niners are always a tough game, so we know we're leaning towards harder on the schedule here. I don't know if this is going to be as hard as Detroit. This game's going to have a different vibe to it. It's not in prime time like the Lions game. I am going to say it's a little bit easier. It's still on the harder end of the schedule here. I'm going to put them here. My confidence level in this game, I really do like what this Rams team has done. They've made several moves to combat the Niners directly. In this first matchup at home, I think the Rams home opener, Ram fans are getting excited about it. Not too many season ticket holders are going to sell off their tickets for their home opener. It's against the Niners. Oh, man, I'm gonna put my confidence a little above the Detroit game, and I'm just a little behind in terms of easy to hard. So yeah, there. I feel good about that spot there. Okay, the Rams then go on the road to Chicago to take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. I will fully admit to I know the Bears are getting a lot of hype. I feel like they're one of the teams that are getting a lot of unnecessary praise. Caleb Williams, I think, can be an electrifying talent, and I think the Bears will be a lot of fun to watch. I don't think they're going to win too many games this year. For that reason, I am putting them on the easier. I think this is one of the Rams' easier games on the schedule. I could be wrong because there is that variable of Caleb Williams, a kind of new, life. What are the Bears going to look like? They got some nice pieces in Sweat last year on that trade. I'm my confidence level. I would say my confidence level in this game is here, just because there is some variables. However, I'm not that confident in the Bears as a team. Matt Eberflus, I think I'm not ready to buy into the Bears like a lot of people are. I'm putting them here. I think this is a win. And so, yes, I am predicting the Rams start off 4-0. You want to talk about optimism? You've come to the right place if you're a Rams fan. Going next, Rams have a home game against the dreaded Green Bay Packers, who have admittedly had the Rams number the past couple of years. And this is a hard game. This is definitely going on the harder side. Glad it's not late in the season in Lambeau for once, that we do get to face them in SoFi. Packers fans travel well. I'm not confident in this. I'm not confident in this game. I could be totally wrong. I do think this is the Rams' first loss on the year, and it pains me to say it. Almost barfed. I'm not confident in that, though. So I think that the Rams very much could win. I think this is on the same kind of level of the Lions and the Niners in this. Maybe that first game just being in a part time. I'll keep the Lions a little bit ahead there. But yeah, I'm not confident in this. I think the Rams can win this game, which is why I'm putting it in the non-confidence line here. But I think this would probably be the Rams' first L on the year. But going into the bye week, I am confident, and I think this is going to be like the easiest week ever. I'm going to put it right up here where it belongs. The Rams have a great culture. I don't think anyone's going to do anything stupid on the bye week. I think the media won't talk about the Rams while they're on the bye week, even though they'll be 4-1 and one of the best teams. And I'm confident that the Rams will have an easy game on the bye week. There. All right, off the bye, they're facing the Raiders, and I'm not gonna lie. I think the Raiders are one of the teams that are in the running for the number 1 overall pick. So I am gonna put this on the easier game schedule. It's in SoFi, and I'm hoping that the Rams can send a bunch of Raiders fans out crying again. So I'm gonna put it here on the easy. I'm quite confident in this. Not as confident as the bye, but quite confident. I'm gonna put it like here. I'm even more confident in the Cardinals game, to be honest. I like the Rams in SoFi versus the Raiders, who I think just I'm not sold on what they've done in terms of the draft. I don't know too many Raiders fans that are that confident. So Raiders fans, if you're watching this, please let me know. Are you confident in your team? Because I'm confident that the Rams are going to beat them, which is why they're right here. And so I think this is going to be one of the easiest, if not the easiest game on the Rams schedule. And I think the Rams at home dominate. And the Vikings, another team with very questionable offseason. Moving on from Kirk Cousins. Bring that in a little bit. They got J.J. McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell, still good coach. So I am quite confident the Rams win this game. And I know that's crazy to think about. I just think it's a bold prediction. The Rams starting off. I like this little stretch here of their home games with the bye week combined. I'm confident this is going to be one of the Rams' easier games. Not as easy as the Raiders, so I'm going to put it right as close as I can, but I'm a little less confident in the Raiders there. Yeah, I'll put them there. But I think the Rams get that win there on the year. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I think they're 6-1 at this point here. And then they go on the road to face the Seahawks. The Rams have done well in Seahawks. I know Seahawks fans are really glad that Aaron Donald's finally retired, because I think he got more sacks against the Seahawks than any other team. I like I like the Rams going into Seattle and winning this game. I have a lot of question marks about the Seahawks. I think they are one of the most difficult teams to predict right now. And I know that McDonald, their new head coach, he's kind of been painted as this defensive guru, that he's running the defense that the rest of the league's going to be running. And that could be, which is why I am going to put him towards the non confident side of it. I do think, though, that the Rams are going to win this game. It's a division rival. The Seahawks will play the Rams tough. They're a physical team. I think on the defensive side of the ball, they're looking pretty good. And I do think they will have a good defense. However, I'm not sold on this offense. And I do think they have a quarterback carousel controversy brewing, which, if you've been on a team like the Rams and you've been, or you're a fan of a team like the Rams who's had a quarterback controversy or carousel, it's not a fun ride. And I don't know. I think that Geno Smith has had a good couple of years, but I do think that the NFL has caught up to him in a lot of parts of his game. Can he elevate it? I'm not sure. I think he's kind of peaked. So then will Sam Howell be in this game? Who knows? I also think there is growing pains with a new head coach most of the time, not always. And it's like when the Rams went from Fisher to McVay, it was night and day difference. Like, oh, this is amazing. And I kind of feel like Seahawks fans are maybe thinking the same way of like they're going from Pete Carroll to a new, sexy offense or defense. They're going to bring in this new system, things like that. I'm not convinced the Seahawks are ready to win a lot of games. So I am going to put them on the not the easiest. I think they'll fight hard. But my confidence in this, I'm going to say it's a little less. Yeah, just because, there is a chance I'm wrong. Totally. Yep. That's why I do this, to be wrong. Or to be right. All right. Back home, Monday Night Football. Rams taking on the Dolphins. Woo! Excited for this game. Hoping there's lots of points. I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think that these are two teams that have not played each other that much in their history. I think this is one of the harder games at that point in the year because teams are going to be chugging on all cylinders here. I think the Rams find a way to win this game, and everyone's talking about the Rams being one of the best teams in the NFL. And I'm going to put I think this is one of their hardest games, though. So I'm going to put it here. I'm not super confident in my prediction. That's why it's going to be even a little bit lower than that. So I'll put the Dolphins there. After playing the Dolphins, the Rams have to go across the country to New England to take on the Patriots. Patriots are a team, a lot of change, a lot of new. I'm still not convinced it's going to be a team that's ready to win a lot of games. So I am going to put this on the easier side here. I'm putting my confidence level pretty high. I feel more confident about the Raiders and the Vikings just because this game is across the country. It's on the road. Yeah, I'll put them here. I feel good. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit there. And shout out to the one Patriot fan that I know watches this. That little bump was for you. But no, I am confident the Rams can go on the road and win this game. It's always tough to win those games, those long road trip games, especially for a team that you think will be pretty prepared. But I still think they're a team that's not ready to score a lot of points. And that's what you got to do to win games. All right, then another primetime Sunday night matchup, the Rams versus the Eagles. Ooh, I think it's another good team on the Rams schedule. I'm not convinced they'll be in the same implosion towards the end of the year at this point than they were last year. They got a lot of talented players. You can't look at the Eagles roster and not think, oh man, that's a talented thing. They got some new coordinator changes that might, I don't know, I think that maybe might impact them more early in the year. I think this game is going to come down to the wire. This is a big NFC matchup. Oh, this is a tough game to predict. I'm putting it, my confidence here, I'm putting it like in the center. In terms of hardness, I think that this is a tough one. It's at home, which helps. I'm gonna put it. I still think that Lions and Dolphins game are going to be a little bit difficult, more difficult. The Niners, you know what? We'll move this up a little bit here. I'll sneak them right in there. Yeah. I put that the same kind of scale of those games there. No, those NFC. Those are 3 crucial games right there. Wow. All right. And then the Rams, after the Eagles, face the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome. Saints are one of those teams. I think their coach is on the hot seat. I think they are one of those teams that's primed for a full-on implosion. If their season starts off rough, I'm gonna put my confidence level pretty high on this one. That's tough. I do think their defense still will be competitive. So many question marks with that offense, and obviously with any team health. I'm putting the Saints. Yeah, my confidence is pretty high. I'll put them that high. I'm gonna put them a little more towards. Yeah, kind of the same level of that first Cardinals game. Yep. I'll put that there. Yep. Yeah, I feel good about that. Then for the next game, woo! We're in SoFi again, and we're taking on the Buffalo Bills, led by Josh Allen and company. You know what? Anytime you're facing a superstar quarterback like Josh Allen, it's going to be a tough out. So automatically, this game definitely goes towards the harder end of the spectrum here. I kind of put it at the same level as the Dolphins. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot what I said. I do think the Rams beat the Saints. I'm gonna say that the Rams lose to the Bills this time, but I'm not confident in that. So I'm gonna put it here. I think this is as hard of a game as the Dolphins. I'm less confident in my prediction because I think the Rams could win this game. So yeah, I'll put them like there. Yeah, not confident. I think those are pretty hard games though. Oh man, these games here. Ooh, big games. All right. So I know I sound crazy. I only have 2 losses on the season for the Rams, but that's the way we roll. All right. Speaking of losses, I am going to predict a loss here. I do think the Rams split with the Niners. Yeah, I just think late in the year, this could be for the division race. You never know what happens with the Niners coming off of a Super Bowl hangover. I think this is one of the hardest games on the Rams' schedule. I think it's harder than the first game, especially at this point late in the year. I'm not confident that the Rams, aren't going to beat them, but I am predicting a loss, so I'm going to put them here. I think this game is definitely the hardest game on the Rams' schedule here. The Niners are they. I know Ram fans don't like to give them props, but they are a good team, especially in the regular season. But I think the Rams at least split with them. I'm going to put them here, but I'm not confident. I'm not super confident. We'll go even a little bit lower because the Rams might win. They might sweep them. Who knows? We'll see. Can't wait. All right. Oh, a game I am so looking forward to. Really want the Rams to win this game so bad. I am still salty about the Rams losing to the Jets in 2020, and that was the game I was That's the game I thought Jared Goff convinced the Rams front office we got to move on from him. So, well, we lost the Jets. So I tell you, the Jets, another big question mark team of the season. Whew. I'm not confident this is good. Like, I feel like the Jets are always this really hype team, but never really meet any expectations. So I'm confident that the Rams are going to win this game. It is on the road, so that could be tough. But I feel comfortable with the Rams winning this game, coming off the 2-game losing. Ooh, let me think. I'm fine putting the confidence level like here. Yeah, hard to easy. I'm gonna put them here. Yeah, towards easy, but middle of the road here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put. Yeah. All right, the Cardinals' second matchup here. Okay, I actually think the Cardinals at this point in the season will be playing a lot better than earlier in the year. And I think this could be a very competitive game. And note that the Cardinals and Seahawks game, these are TBD, so it could be in prime time. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to say this is a harder game for the Rams late in the year, division race. I'm going to put it here, and my confidence level, middle of the road. Middle of the road, yeah. Yeah, I think the Rams still have the Cardinals number. I'm gonna put them there. I like what the Rams do against the Cardinals. I think they play them well, and I just, like I said before, I just think there is a large talent gap on both sides of the ball between the Rams and the Cardinals. And the final Week 18. Okay, I'm going to caveat this game, assuming this game matters, right? Because Week 18, you never know where teams resting starters or things like that. But let's assume both the Seahawks and the Rams are trying to win the division. They're playing their starters. Let's assume. And this is at SoFi Stadium. I am confident in this game that the Rams could win. And I'm not going to say it's one of the hardest games on the schedule, but I think it's about there. It's about there. Yeah, I feel good about that. So that is going to do it. Those are just my very quick thoughts on each of these games. Yeah, am I bold to predict a 14-3 record? Wow. Yeah, I am. And I'm okay with that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to let me have it. Correct me if you think I said anything that you disagree with, because I love hearing opinions, unlike my own. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this little fun scale I've created here. Just a couple of quick reflections. I am looking at, like, the games harder here. Like, if the Rams win those games, that'd be so big. That'd be so big to win those big games over here. For easiest game, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the Raiders are in the running for the number 1 overall pick next year. You know, if you think I'm wrong about that, please let me know your thoughts on the hardest and easiest games on the Rams schedule, and we'll chat in the comments. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams! Woo!